Hi guys. Listen, before you watch this video, please take a look at the video I did a little over a year ago. I'm going to put it at the bottom here. It was called The Political Season. Can you believe that it's gone on this long? After you take a look at that, come back and watch this video. Okay. Hopefully you've watched. Listen, what are we doing to each other? You see this? It's a heart. It's made out of stone. I guess that's what my idea for this video is. What is it that we're doing to each other? Do you realize that we've been in a political season that has lasted a year longer than most political seasons? This is really not about the candidates or what's going on, because they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's just lasted too long. So now it's a year after I did that video, and I've noticed some things. And I had to do this video to get you guys to understand what I'm talking about. Do you know how much we've hurt each other? I've seen friends become enemies. I've also seen people who are of one candidate's party, the Republicans, and a Democrat who have become great friends. Let me give you sort of an idea of what I'm talking about. Since the year that I made that video, here's what's been happening. This is one of the reasons why I really haven't done very many political videos. You know, it's really become personal. Too personal. Listen, we're all Americans. We are all patriots. I've been hearing from people who say, oh, well, you're not a patriot because blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit, okay? Truthfully, bullshit. We have a two-party system here in this country for a reason, and it's a good reason. And the reason is that it keeps us grounded. Can you possibly imagine a country that had one party only? We would really turn into a dictatorship. Let me tell you what I've experienced, just so that I can get my point across. Okay? Friendships were destroyed. Really destroyed. Because people were so passionate about what they were saying, they couldn't have real debates and then let it go. They took things very seriously. I myself have been called a racist because I'm a liberal thinker. Now, the person who did this, who called me this a racist, was a man that I'm subscribed to, and I won't say his name, and he's very conservative, and he has every right to feel the things that he feels. And he did a video, and he actually made a statement that all liberals are racists. Well, I made a comment back asking him, was that metaphorical, or do you consider me a racist because I'm liberal? The answer was yes. This blew me away because we are becoming so divided, and that's very bad. If we become so divided, how are we going to go forward in this country? You know, division is one thing as far as political ideological ideas are concerned, but when it gets personal like this is very bad for our country. I'm just as patriotic as he is, except I don't believe in a conservative point of view. There's nothing wrong with that. So being called racist was a very personal thing. I really let it go, but I have to tell you that it's ridiculously stupid. Besides being racist, I'm right now in a conversation with somebody who believes anybody who has money, i.e. the Clintons, and this is not an endorsement of her, are elitist. Well, she made money. I would tend to think that we would all love to make that kind of money. Hillary didn't have the kind of money she has now. She's put out a couple of books. She's done very well. Why is people... Here's what's happening. It's getting down to nitpicking. This political season has gone on so long that there is nothing left to talk about except maybe habeas corpus, which nobody has brought up, which surprises me because I'd like to have my habeas corpus back. The issues are not being talked about. It's personality, likes and dislikes. If a person makes money, they're not out of touch. They've just made money. And isn't that the American dream? Let's make some money to live well. Look, I made a video about 6 months ago about my own daughter. I was talking about healthcare there. Every single person who saw that video absolutely felt very badly for my daughter. But there was always a but after their comments. But this, but that. Let's look at things the way they really are. Seriously, the buts are great. But what is not great is when we get into hating each other. It's all right to have a different point of view. It's not all right to beat up on each other. Because what that's going to do is divide us so much that we're going to have a civil war here. Maybe that's taking it a little too far. But, and here's a but, this is doing to us as citizens is completely and totally not welcomed. It's just not cool to be doing to each other what we're doing. I've been talking to people about patriotism. Now, patriotism, I believe we all are patriotic. You don't have to wear a lapel to show you're patriotic. If you want to go ahead and go down to Louisiana and help those people rebuild their lives, that's pretty patriotic to me. So symbols to me are not a big deal. So what I'm trying to say is it's getting to a point now where there's nothing more to talk about. This political season went on way too long. We are becoming very divided. I'm very happy to say, though, I have met a couple of friends here who are polar opposites of me, who are very conservatives, and we've become the best of friends. This is how it goes. I made a very dear friend who also, in the beginning, he and I had hot debates, but we never called each other personal names. So the reason for this video comes back to this heart that's been made out of stone. And I think that's what's happening to us. Our hearts have become stone. We have to start thinking of each other. And one more thing before I go. There is one question that was never asked of any of the candidates. Are we going to get back habeas corpus? Because basically that's the Bill of Rights. Let me just close by saying this. As I said in the previous video over a year ago, this political season is way too long. This is what happens when a political season carries on as long as it has. We become so divided that we are literally pointing guns at each other. That has to stop. The worst thing that happened during this political season is what's happened between you and me. It has to stop. We're all Americans. We all love our country. And there are no buts. Unless it's the issue, there are no buts.